We all started at least.
Yes.
Yes, it's interesting now.
Perfect. So we're going to extend this with a little bit of JavaScript. So JavaScript is like the programming language for working with web pages. So, or the most common programming language in on the website. There are also others, but we're going to use some JavaScript. So we're going to extend this what we started from this morning. So we're going to add some JavaScript to that page. Did everyone got this Visual Studio Code running?
Yes, it's going well.
Anyone having problems with it? Or maybe you're running some other browser or editor, that's okay also. So we had this one this morning with we were running just showing some cars on the web page. So we're going to add some JavaScript. I'm going to create one new HTML page. I'm going to call it test2 .html. It's just to separate what we've been doing. So I will take the HTML elements from the first page and copy them to this other one. So we're having the same start. So what I want to do now, or what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna remove these cars and I'm gonna read these cars from an array that I'm using in JavaScript. So I'm gonna generate this list with JavaScript. So I will uncomment these lines, and when using JavaScript, you need an element called script. It will normally be used where it's needed, and most likely I would add this part in the bottom of the body section element. So inside here. Now I'm going to move it outside. So this is just making it easier to separate what is what. But normally you would have, if you have JavaScript inside the HTML page, you will have it where it's needed. And most likely you have the JavaScript in its own file. We will have a look on that also. But right now we're going to do it just like in the end here. So script element, and inside here I can write JavaScript. So modern web browsers, they take care of this even if I place the script down here. So that is no problem to run. So what I want to do now, I'm going to create an array of data. It's like in C#. We were working with arrays and classes and so on. So the array in JavaScript is a little bit different, but I think you will recognize it. So I'm going to create one. The var is often used in JavaScript. There are others also. I'm going to tell you more about it, but I could do it like this. So this is the type. I'm going to create the cars, and this is equals to an array. So this is the array signs, like in the C#. And I'm going to add the data right away inside here. So it will look like this. So I'm going to do like a brand. telling that this is a Volvo. And I'm gonna tell a model. This is a little bit like a mix of array and the class. Adding some data here. So this is one car. So I'm gonna add a few more cars here also. It says it's complaining I haven't ended this yet, so but I will do that. So I'm gonna do some copy paste here just to have a bunch of different cars. Add a few ones of these. So I could have a Saab, for example. I could have another Volvo, maybe. And I could have a car we haven't used yet. So they had some models from the 70s and 80s. Why not an BMW also? This is just to add some cars, so we have something on the screen. And I need to end this somehow also. Maybe I had a few lines to. I think this will end it. So this is the start of the array and this is the end of the array. And inside we have each each object inside this array is with this curly brackets or braces. But at least I have 5 cars inside these cars now. And I'm going to use this somehow with some code, but I'm going to add something more to our page. So I have my cars here, and here I have this unsorted list that will be completely empty. I'm going to add a button here also. So I use this HTML element, and I can have an event inside it. So I could have on click, for example. So this is, I said, this is equals to load my cars. So what does this mean then? So this means actually when I click on this button, it will go to this function, load my cars. So I'm going to create load my cars in my script part. So when pressing the button, it will end up in the script. I also going to add, we could do it like this. We could have this live server running. So we have some data. So I'm going to have, you see this, this button is nothing now. So I'm going to add a text for it. So load my cars, for example. And you see I have the text now on this button. So when I press this button, I want something to happen. And I have said that I will have a function called load my cars. So I need to add that inside my script section. So I could do it here, saying function, load my cars. And this will do something. So I have nothing in, no parameters in, it's just running this function. And when normally when you see JavaScript, it will look like this with this bracket right behind the function name. You know, with the C#, it would look like this. We would do it like this. But this is the default behavior when writing JavaScript. It will look like this. It will run even if you have it the other way, but just so you get used to it. So what I want to do with this now, when I press the button, I want it to use these cars, this array with data, and show it on the screen like we had with this text. So what I want to do now, I'm going to generate you will see what I will do. I will generate as here's a variable. I'm going to call it result. And this is empty from the beginning, nothing inside. And then I'm going to loop through this array we have. So like in C#, I could use for, telling that I have this I variable is equals to 0. And as long as I is smaller than the car's length, it will still do the loop. And I will do I++. So this is exactly the same as we were having in C# also. So the difference is actually this with you have the var also inside the C#, it's usable. So I'm going to generate something that is looking like HTML. Or actually it is HTML because it's the string and it will be the same result. I'm going to use this variable result. Plus equals to means that I'm adding on data or text to it all the time for each loop I make. So I could say that I want to add this list item, for example. I'm going to show you another way also how to do it. Just showing you one way, and I want to present the car brand. I use the cars array and use the position I, and you see I get the brand. And just adding some space. And using also the model. Who cares? And the model. And then I finally end it with this list object ending character also. What I'm doing actually here is I'm adding like I'm trying to simulate or do the same. I want to create a row like this. So you need to see that I need to repeat that for all the cars. So this is actually doing the loop. So for every round it finds one car in the array, it's generating this. And how to get this? When this is done, I want to show it on the screen somehow. So I could access the data inside here by telling that this unsorted list element could have an ID. I name this ID iCars. Like that. So this means with JavaScript, I could find this position and insert this type of data inside here. So I go back here to my code. And how to get access to that, I could use this document. And there's something called get element by ID. And I made an ID up here. So I could find this ID, my cars. So I go back here and I say my cars. And when I find it, I will set the inner HTML equals to result. So this is, I don't know if you see the, maybe try make that smaller. Oh, that doesn't work so good. Something like that, maybe you see the code. So I get access of this position by the ID, and I set the inner HTML to equals to my result. And the result is I have built up with the list items and added some car information inside. So I'm generating something that is looking like this line. So I'm putting it inside here also. So actually we could try it right away. You know, we're using the live server, so everything should be up to date. So hopefully I just need to press this load my cars. And you see, we get all the cars here, the same way that we had before. So any questions so far? Nothing. Okay, we continue. We're going to have a look also on this var and these things. Var was from the beginning used a lot, and later on they added also two other. Instead of var, you could use let or const. The problem, or I don't know if the problem with the var is that it's available inside all of this code or this page. So if I would change this to let instead, only be accessible inside here. So it's not, otherwise it could be that you are using the same variable 2 times, and there could be some mixed results. So it's the same with this I actually also. It could also be let, so then it would be only available inside this for loop. So I could make an example here that you could see it. So we could say, we could add something to this result also. Adding some more information, we could say, have another string. Just do a heading here for presenting how many cars we have, a count on that. Totally, and I will use, I could use the I plus, this is just generating a string also, like that. And ending it. This is generating another element saying totally 5 cars, I hope. And I'm using this I from this counter, so let's see what it's telling. I press the load my cars button here, and you will see it says totally 5 cars. Sorry for my dog is barking in the background here. Yeah, what I wanted to show now with this is if I change this to let instead. I try to run this. you will see I get nothing, no result here. So something is going wrong. If you would look in the background, we would most likely see the problem. I'm not sure if I see from the. No, there's also a way when you have problems on the web page, you could have some developer tools in the background. You could check what's happening. So inside here, I could press F12 in the browser, at least in Chrome, and you will get some information here. So you could have a look on the. What I was hoping to see here was, yes. I don't know if you see it, but it says uncaught reference error. I is not defined. So that is because I'm using I here outside this for loop. So this would, when I change this to let, it's only available inside the for loop. So if I try to access it outside, it's not working. So this is generating error on the page, and I cannot continue here. So you see that if I change back to var again here and do load my cars, you see I get the cars here. So the recommendation is to use let, so you have more control over the things. So in this case, if I was using let, for example, I could be, instead of using I here, I could be using cars and dot length instead. And running this, you will see it would do the same thing. So this is just to show you that the use of what you're having, the var is working everywhere. The let is just working inside the brackets where you are actually. So this first let is only working inside this function. The second let here is only working inside these brackets. So this is like a safety. So try to use let as much as possible. And the same with the var here. This could be recommended to use the const, like a constant. So these are newer. So let and const are newer ones. The var has been for ages. So this will hopefully also still work. You'll see I have the same information here. So that was that part. This could be a little bit messy when you start using. You see when I'm using like text inside the code. So there are some built-in support also for doing the same. So we could do a try on that one also. So we could create another function and we could have the same name. So I don't need to change the button text. So I'm just commenting this away. So we could do it another way. Just to show how you could use the built-in functionality in JavaScript. So we could say, we could use this loop. I could steal the loop, part of the loop here, the for loop. It's still the same data we will go through, but we could use some parts from the JavaScript. Like we could access these elements and so on, and we can create elements. So I tell it like this. This node, just a name. It could be anything. And this is equals to document. Why doesn't it want to have it like that? And I could say create element and just giving it the name it has. So the list item should be like LE. So this is the same thing. It's a little bit more code, but maybe it's easier to understand. It takes some steps, so I also need to take care of the text that should be shown inside this list element. Commit text node. And using document again, create. No, it's, why is it not giving me the yeah? It's something maybe with the Visual Studio Code, or is it me? I blame it on the Visual Studio Code. I'm going to create a text node. And this is actually the text that is showing inside this list item. So this is actually the same information with the cars thing. So I could steal a little bit of the code. So this would be the thing I want to have inside this text node. And now I want to add this text node to the node. So I use node and append. Append means add, and child, and then I use a text node. So this means actually I created the element first, the list item, and then I created the text that I want to have inside it. And then I'm adding the text into this node. So that's why it's looking like this. And then I will do the same thing like we had in the other way using this document. Let's see if I get it now. Yeah. And use the get element by ID. Add this my cars. And we're going to use this node. So we're going to do append child, and we're going to use the node. This will do the same thing also. So this is more code using what's built in to JavaScript. It's maybe looking a little more difficult than the other way. We're just doing it like a text. So we could try it and see if it's working also. And you see we get the cars here. So the same way, if you want to add this counting thing in the end also, we could do it. We could do it like we made with this count thing, or we could do it with this node thing also. So I could steal this code and add it in the end also. Let's see if this formatting is working. So I marked highlight everything and used this Control plus K plus F, the same as in the normal Visual Studio. So it's fixing the code, so it's looking more nicer. So I could instead add this, if I do the same way, like we had this H3 up here. I do the same here. And telling that we have this string. Oh, sorry. What happened now? Always when I do a copy paste, something goes wrong. So I created a new element, name H3. It's the same as up here. I added some text to that with this create text node. And finally, I added it to the same place as I added the list items. So it will end up in the end of this lose the words. So everything will end up inside this unsorted list things. So we could try it also. You see we have all the cars and we have a counting here also. So this was 2 ways to manipulate the HTML with JavaScript. These 2 are doing this exactly the same thing in the end. The first one here, when using when you are only having it like a string, you need to take care that you're doing correct. So using the JavaScript, the built-in functionality, it gives you more control maybe, but it's a little bit more code to write. So what do you think about JavaScript?
More coding to remember.
But much of it looks like C#. You know, with the for loop, it's almost exactly the same. Howdy is writing that using var is bad. Yeah, they don't recommend it. So try to use let or const. Do we have any more questions about it? Nothing. It was crystal clear, so.
Just one thing. This morning you mentioned that we are going to start with React on Friday.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
that's not according to the schedule.
No,
Because I will
no,
not be able to learn JavaScript in one day.
You have 2 days.
Yeah,
No,
and
you will
HTML.
have it. You will be able to follow the React part also. So it's no problem. We are changing the schedule so it will be match the content also. We will continue with more front end after the React part. So we're trying to maximize your knowledge because I have it 1 day off on Friday. Ernst will push you with some React also. You will yes, you will learn. You will be experts in JavaScript in 2 days. Not really. It takes a lot of time to learn it, but this front-end part is really limited to a few days. So we try to maximize as much as possible, and then it's up. A lot of things is up to you also how much you are able to learn about it. So we have like 6 days totally for front-end, pure front-end. So. That will be front end also with when we are moving on to this MVC and ASP.NET. So we will be using JavaScript also there. Yeah, what I personally think about JavaScript is that it's easy to write wrong and you're not getting any information about it. So I mean, like the editor is not maybe complaining about something being wrong like you have in C#. So when you are writing C#, you will it will complain about a lot of things. But here with the JavaScript, you could write almost anything. So you need to take care of what you have been writing. So, but often if you run it and have problems, you need to try to debug it somehow. So there's some built-in debug functionality also in Visual Studio Code, or otherwise you could use this developer tools in your web browser. I'm using Chrome, but I think most browsers have some sort of debugging also. So running with Chrome and you pressing F12, you will get this information. And you will also you will most likely see something in the console tab if something is wrong. So it's complaining about something. So yeah, it's not much time, but we will have some JavaScript later on also when we are moving back to, because we're going to start mixing, like when we are creating with MVC, you will get the web server and the client side at the same time. But you could still have some JavaScript also to use for manipulating data and getting data. So we will have some JavaScript still after this front-end part of the class. So we are not expecting you to be experts in JavaScript. But I think you will know the basic things, like creating functions and using it. It's much like C# also in creating a method. So I don't think that will be too difficult for you. But of course, JavaScript is it's had a lot of things. We are not going through everything. We just grasp on the surface a little bit. But you already created a function. We were using for loops. We've been having arrays with properties inside, and yeah, it's useful from the first second you start to use it. So I don't think we're going to add more. So yeah.
Sorry, you can. I just would like to know in a later. We are going to work in C# and HTML and CSS for making web development or something.
Yes, we're going to use and there is also always a possibility to use JavaScript when we are having some front end with HTML. So we're going to mix a lot of things.
Okay.
But you will see it will come later. But if you're thinking about the pure server, web server, we will do everything in C#. And we will use some C# also in the web pages that is front end. So you will see it. It will be a great mix of things. So you will get totally confused when this course is over. No, it's good to have all these parts because they are there for a reason. So the JavaScript is actually something great that you could use. It helps you a lot. There are coming more and more C# things also. So it's possible, yeah, how it is writing. So you could have C# code inside your web page. So, and you could write a complete web client in C# also. So there's a lot of things, but we try to take it step by step. So we're going to continue tomorrow with a little bit more of JavaScript and HTML. Yeah, I mentioned about this. We could move this JavaScript to its own file, for example. So I could do it like I create one test.js. So .js means it's a JavaScript file. So I could copy like all this script section to everything except the script elements. So everything else could be copied to that file. Like this. I go back to the HTML page and I make this like that. And then you need to call for this or tell where the JavaScript is located. So you could do that with adding a source for that. So normally you would add it where it's used, and most likely it would be in the bottom of the body element. So you would like add telling that you have a script here, the script element, and you will say the source, and this would be the file. I was typing it wrong, I see. Script. That was the thing. Hopefully it will help me now with this. Yeah, now you see the files available. And I want to go for this test.js. This is telling me that I'm using the script here. So it's loaded into the memory, so I will have access to it. So we could try it, see if it's working still. No, it's not. Load my cars is not defined. Is it because I'm having it? Let me see here. Hopefully I made something really wrong. Where are all the experts now when I need your help? Should I need to have it ready here? I'm not sure. I thought it should work. Load my cars is not defined. Come on. Test.js. 2 script tags, maybe. Could it be that easy? Let's try it again. Still the same problem. Who made something wrong in my so anyone, what is wrong now? Obviously there is something wrong that I don't see. I'm trying to be smart here. Did I miss something in the JS file? I think it should work. Yeah, I'm totally lost. Maybe try to refresh. Could it be like that easy? Yeah, it was nothing wrong with my code. It was something maybe with the live server or something not responding okay. So I just made a refresh on the page and it started working. So we blame it on the live server. It's always great to someone to blame on. So now we don't have any script inside the HTML except for this telling where the script file is located. So when you are moving it, just remember that you don't have the script elements inside the script file. That's not necessary. So like we had here, we had this script. So this is enough, having the script here. So any questions? So tomorrow we're going to add some functionality to WCAD could enter some data for the cars, like having an input, and adding the cars to a list and presenting them on the screen. So it's like extending this one a little bit more. So a little bit more JavaScript, HTML. We haven't done that much CSS. That's not my favorite. Maybe because my design eye is so bad. So you could have a look on the CSS section in the W3 schools. You will get a lot of information about it. We're gonna add some more styling also tomorrow. So, but what I'm saying, it will not be good looking. It's that is what it is. So now questions. What do you think? What your opinion is? JavaScript, is it easy or difficult, or what do you think? Your first opinion? How do you like JavaScript? More fun to work with? More about const. It's like it's like a value that is not changing. So we have this const here. It means that we cannot add, if I am correct now, we cannot add any more things to this. We cannot add more cars afterwards, but we can change elements inside the cars. So if I have a let here, for example, then it's possible for me to so yeah, Hadi is talking about this hoisting thing. So there's a good explanation also in this W3 schools about it. So there's a special section about just this with the const and why to use const and let instead. So you will still see that this is working even if I'm changing to let. And this is because let it's available inside this script. So even if I have functions here, the let is still possible to use. And you remember that the let here would be like it's not accessible outside a for loop. If it would be a var, it would be. I see I get a lot of information now in the code actions. Okay, there is a. Yeah, I haven't seen so much about it, but the Visual Studio Code also have a lot of similar things that the normal Visual Studio is having about having some helping you with the code. Yeah, so you need to read about the hoisting thing then if you want to have more deeper information about these things with the var, let, and const, but it will still work if you use it the way I'm using it. So, but for deeper understanding, I understand you, Hadi. So, do we have any more questions? We have like const is also in the C#, so it's.
Yeah, I think it feels good when you input something and you see the output directly. So I mean, front end it's nice, but my question is that we have very short time, and in this short time we are learning C#, JavaScript, HTML, CSS, everything.
Yes,
so
yes.
And when we will start our internship, now we have you and Ernst. So if we get any problem, we can share and get help, get solved. How it will look like in the internship? So I'm wondering that.
Yeah, I'm not pretty sure, but I think when you have the internship, you will have like people from the company where you have this internship to help you. That will be the normal way. So, because we don't know what you are doing at the company where you have the internship, so that is very much up to those companies actually.
Okay.
Is it possible to get some more time to study before you start an internship? Because at my level, it would be embarrassing.
I think that you will have some other things also after this. We have 11 weeks now for this class, and after that you will have other things, and I think the internship is coming much later than that, so you will most likely have a lot of time to do other things also, to use your new knowledge. But it's also a little bit up to you how much you practice it, so we have no control about how much time you spend on it. So yeah, I don't know if it was a good or bad answer, but you will have time with before you start with the internship. So, and we are not finished yet with this class. So we will try to build on step by step with new things all the time. But the important part is that you get the basic things. So even if it gets advanced in some parts, maybe it's not in. You need to know exactly the deep things, but at least you have the basic things.
You know, Matt, I think React's a bit advanced in JS. Like you have to know at least classes and the new hooks in React, and it requires you to know a lot of JS, and it will make you know JS a lot of more JS. So
yeah, so yeah, but we've been having this class many times now, so it has been working actually, Hardy. So even with people that have never used it, so
I have used React a little bit, and I found it a little bit hard, you know. Maybe because I haven't used it a lot, but it is very. I guess it depends on the levels you want to put.
Yeah. That's the level. It will not be too deep, so.
Yeah.
But Ernst will have 3 days with you with React, so. Hopefully
React will make it easier to do JS. Actually, it will make it a lot easier. Like the stuff you did now today, it will make it much easier to load all the information on the page.
Yeah. Cause
yeah.
So,
we'll see.
Yeah, hopefully it gets clearer. So
yeah,
we will start with that on Friday. So.
But it's gonna take more than 1 week or 3 months or 1 year even to be good JS or what do you call it, React programmer.
Yeah, it's the same with the C#. It takes you 10 years before you're a professional.
But should we focus more on C# or on the front end side or what?
No, actually the meaning of this is that some of you maybe, if you see the React part and you see that, oh, that is great, that is something that I want to work with or learn more about. So this is also to show you what's available, what techniques are there. So it could be that some of you just want to work with front end after this course, or some just want to work with backend. So it's also to show you what's available, and maybe you realize what you want to work with.
What I was thinking actually is at the internship, will they bother with us to, like, we are juniors programmer, not even I am not even a junior programmer. Will they be bothered with me to?
No, it's because they I'm not sure exactly, but they are interested in people and catching up people that are interested in this. So they need people also. So if you have an internship and you do well, maybe they are offering you a job afterwards. So, but they are helping you. They are not just leaving you when they take you in for internship.
But how can we find out if it's possible to continue studying after these 11 weeks? Should I talk to the unemployment agency or?
Yeah, you should have to do that. So this is just like we're having with its lexicon. We have this, for this part, we have 11 weeks and the things that are coming afterwards. I don't know exactly what parts are coming, but there are some time frames for that also. So yeah, maybe you need to talk with Arbetsförmedlingen later on, or if you have questions during this course, or you could ask Lexicon also for the things.
But the question is that they offer some other courses as well after this course. Are we supposed to repeat this? So that doesn't make any sense.
Because I'm not sure about how long this is totally for you. But I know that I have 11 weeks with you, and then you have other parts also. But I don't know exactly what you have after that.
So in February, somewhere in February, we have to start internship.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the dates, as I mentioned, but
Okay.
I know that I have with you until I think the first week of January.
I think so. That is a 4 month we're supposed to study, and
Yeah,
after 4
yeah.
months, we're going to start internship.
Yeah. So you need, because I don't have you all the way to the end, because I'm just a teacher.
Let's hope we find the internship as well now with Corona. You know, Corona is getting back, they say. So
Yeah.
it's not gonna maybe be so easy to find somewhere to be.
No, it's not easy with the Corona thing. So yeah, I agree to that. But if you have connections or something like that, try to find your internship or start finding it already now if you and contact companies. Otherwise, I think you will get some help also from the lexicon, and you will get information also about it. So what's happening and what's expected from you and so on. But I don't know in time frame what you get when you get that information. Okay, any more questions? Your voice sounds funny, Hadi.
Yeah, it's my daughter. Sorry.
I understand that.
Sorry, let me.
No. No problems. So, anything else? We continue with some more JavaScript and HTML tomorrow. I will add this for the code example section in Teams if someone is interested in the code. Okay, no more questions. See you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Yeah, bye.
Thank you. Bye.